not very starchy. When you buy yours, try to buy the one without this green on it. And I heard something the other day, or I read something the other day. The chef said that the ugliest foods have the best flavor and taste. So this is really, not such an attractive vegetable. So the flavor's got to be really good. Now some people mash it up like a mashed potato. Other people eat it raw in a salad. You can also make a vegan dish with it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the nutrition of the celery root. It does have 2.3 grams of protein to a cup, and it has 14 grams of carbohydrate, a little sugar, a little fiber, very little fat, about half a gram. It has vitamin K, vitamin C, and B vitamins. It's in minerals such as phosphorus, potassium, iron, calcium, and magnesium. Alright, so we're going to be working with this. Let's get acquainted with this. And no, it's not the root of the celery that you probably know. It's something a little different. And I want to tell you, I cut mine in half. I use this knife. It's not a good knife to use. You need a really sharp, heavy knife. This one might be better, but this one's kind of dull. So before you set yourself out on this journey, make sure you have a proper knife. Okay guys, so I've cut my celery root into rather big slices, and I think I'm going to run it through the Cuisinart. But there's so many things to like about this. I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm going to taste it as well. There's so many things to like about the celery root. One, it's good for cancer. I don't know which one, but the book says it's good for cancer. It's good for heart disease, good for high blood pressure. Usually anything that's good for heart disease is all blood pressure. So it's good for a lot of things. It even has protein in it. A cup has 2.5 milligrams of protein, which is, very interesting. Alright, so guys, so as you can see, I cut off the top. I peeled it. I'll probably make a broth out of this. And the rest of it is going to go back in the refrigerator. I understand that it can keep up to 4 months. Whew, that's a long time. Okay, so I'm not going to keep it up to 4 months, but, I'm in experimental mode. So I think I'm going to make something raw out of this, out of the parts that I've chopped off today, maybe a raw salad. And then, coming down the line, I'll make some a celery root mash, like mashed potato. And then I'll make some celery root fishy. And maybe a celery root stew. So I'm going to be playing with this for, a week or two. Whenever these are out, I put this blade on it so I can get a finer chop than I can off the S blade. And I'm going to grate up the celery root. You could also use a hand grater if that's what you're looking for. Okay, you guys, so I have my grated celery root all mixed up here. I added some cilantro, some tomatoes, some onions, some artichoke hearts, and then I tried to tie it all together with my Asian sesame ginger dressing. Okay, and why do I always turn it sideways like that? Because that's my signature. What you think? Anyway, this is pretty good. I think it'd be really delicious in a wrap. So I'm going to try that. I kind of want some olives. I'm thinking I didn't toss in a little bit of cheese, just because I wanted to. Not because I think it goes well with this dish, but I just, I had some, so I just tossed some in there. But I think some Peruvian olives would really just be spot on. They're kind of on the drier side, and they're very salty, and they're just delish. But anyway, this is, my first experience with a celery root. And it won't be the last. Hey, Red, Black, Green, and Vegan. I have completed the raw salad made from the celery or the celery root. And it also has cilantro, tomatoes, onions, and artichoke hearts. And then I tied it all together with not a homemade sauce, but a store-bought salad dressing. And now I'm thinking that I might put a little bit of my homemade magic sauce on it. What do you think? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's just drizzle a little bit. Not too much. I came to the conclusion that I can't eat my mole sauce every day because it starts my joints to hurt. So I think I'm one of those people who have pepper sensitivities. So I think, once or twice a week, I'm going to try to roll with the mole sauce. Doesn't that look good, you guys? Celery root. Okay, so with this next version of the celeriac or celery root, I am going to put it in the grill. I'm going to season it, salt, pepper, and some oil. And then I'm going to put it in the grill. I dip it in batter and fry it up. Pan fry it. Okay, so here we go. Hello, my beauties. So I know what you're wondering. What do you have in the grill? Looks like fish, right? Well, if you go under the paper, it still looks like fish. The question is, will it taste like fish? You know, I raised my daughter as primarily a vegan. She did eat a little bit of cheese, especially at school when they had pizza. But at any rate, she doesn't really like fish because she didn't grow up on it. She doesn't have a desire for it. So you guys may want the desire for the fishy taste because you've had fish, but as you grow your children, you may not want fish in hamburgers. They may just be cool with eating out of the garden. Anyway, this is more celery root, if I didn't already say that, in the grill or on the grill. And so I'm going to let this grill while I eat my celery root raw wrap. I'm not going to eat this today. Peace. Okay guys, so I took my celery root out of the grill that I had on parchment paper. I over seasoned this with pepper, so be really light-handed with your pepper. And here I have my wet batter, and for my dry batter I'm going to use cornmeal in honor of my mama, who used to always use cornmeal on her fish. And no, this is not fish, but it's going to be fishy. You know, you have some friends, they kind of fishy, they kind of sketchy, they're not really fish, but they're fishy. You know what I'm talking about. So that's what we're making over here. Celery root fishy. And you hater-raters in the comments, you know, please, I'm not feeling you today. Okay? So yes, it's not fish, but it's fishy. I hope that satisfies you. Okay guys, I took my first celery root out of the black skillet, and this one got a little bit dark up here. So I'm going to have to really watch this second piece so I don't overcook it. And you can see that it absorbs the oil pretty quickly. You don't need a lot of oil. You don't have to deep fry this. Unless you just want to blow out your liver. Which I'm sure you don't want to do. And you know, your liver is the seat of anger. So if you don't take care of your liver, you're going to be walking around here mad all the time, and you're not going to know why. But I'm telling you why. Your liver. Don't eat all that fried food, especially deep fried food. Okay, so I think this one's about ready. And what I noticed is that yes, it has very much has a, you know, a fish-like texture. But the real test is it going to taste like fish? I think my cornmeal is needs a finer grain on it. We're gonna have a taste test in a few minutes here. Okay, guys, so I cut the celery root patty up open, and as you can see, it even has a fishy look to it. Now, does it taste like fish? Not really. But does it taste good? Yes. It does taste good. Some people marinate theirs overnight. I did not marinate this. There's some things I'm just not willing to do. But anyway, if you marinate it, maybe it'll taste more like fish. I didn't marinate it. I just seasoned it, and I put the fish-like seasonings in my dry and wet dip. So, it tastes good, but does it taste like fish? Not to me. But would I serve it? Yes. I would use a different cornmeal. And if I'm going to serve it, yeah, okay, I'll marinate it. But if it's just for me, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's really good. Celery root, y'all. Get with it. I hope you're subscribing, because otherwise you're not going to know when I post it. And anyway, I need some more subscribers, so just go ahead and push that button. It's not going to hurt you. Okay, you guys, so the celery root asked for the mole, so I had to get out the homemade mole. And now the celery root is very happy. Got her mole.